ain't waiting.
Acting like I'm James Brown. I dig it. I can't dance like him, though. Hello, everyone. How we going? Hendo here. Carpet Punter's here. We are
Hello.
here to talk shit about sports and the hobby. And as always, a fashionably 5 minutes late. So thanks for hanging about. I don't intend for you to think that I think that I'm James Brown. But thank you, Twiggers. Anyway, very much appreciate it. He's seen me dance too, and he knows I'm not up for it. So, who else we got here? We got Cody. G'day, mate. Blake's here. CDC's
Blake,
here.
he's pumped, mate. Sorry about your nights, mate.
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw
I
that.
heard
That was bad. That was poor form by the refs there. That was shocking.
I don't know much about the NRL, so you can cover off
right.
how they got owned or something. Maybe I don't know. Mayo's here. 2 minutes, plenty of time. Yeah, indeed, plenty of time. Indeed. Oh boy. Anyway, but yeah, bit going on. Had a week off. Back after a little Father's Day break, so I hope everyone out there that was getting about in whatever capacity for Father's Day had a good one. A few things on the list for tonight. AFL Finals. Probably touch on the NRL, although I don't know a whole lot about
That's
it.
all right. Blake's pretty touchy subject. Maybe we'll just breeze straight past it.
Might just breeze past it.
Might be easier for all involved.
we got Formula One tonight, obviously. Bit of a merch update, ShipMyCards update, the old health check-in.
But you got to ShipMyCards update.
About.
Oh, beauty!
Yeah, you got a couple of little things I thought I'd show. The computer did decide that I needed a reboot at literally 7:58, and so I thought I was going to lose every tab that I'd opened, but luckily I retrieved them all. And yeah, a bit about the NFL. There's just a bit going on, so yeah, so it'll be a bit of fun. We'll talk a bit of shit.
Started NFL, hasn't it? Yeah.
NFL does, or it has kicked off already with the first game that was last week,
tonight,
but yeah,
it's in the morning or something, isn't it?
The real deal, sort of the bulk of the schedule starts tomorrow morning, 3 a.m. Melbourne time. So, yeah, it's one of those things with the NFL. You sort of, some diehards will get up early and watch their team. Others, I like to watch my team if they're in a better time slot than 3 a.m., I must admit. But yeah, things like Red Zone and stuff like that early in the morning at 7 a.m. is pretty good. So,
what's the card market like? Peaking?
Well, the ones that I was hanging on to that I got from like cherry pies and stuff. One main one was J.K. Dobbins, and he's done for the season. He's injured, so I might have to sit on that one for a little bit longer. So yeah, so we'll deal with that as it comes. But yeah, it might be a hanger-onerer for a little while. G'day, Peter B. Andy B's here. Happy birthday for yesterday, mate. Hope you had a
happy birthday, mate.
As good a day as you could with the footy results, which we'll get into a little bit later. Glenn's here. G'day, mate. Good to see you here. He's already talking up Danny Rick, I think that will be. So, yeah, we'll get into a bit of that in a bit as well. So, but how have you been, mate? You've been getting
I've been all right. Just laying low with, lockdown and everything.
Yeah. We keep talking about it, don't we? It's like,
well, it just keeps happening, eh? It just keeps getting extended and it just keeps going on and on. And, man,
every time people catch up, they're just like, oh, so what'd you do on the weekend, man?
Starting to cop it out now, ain't you?
Nothing. Yeah, look, it might be a little bit irresponsible of me, but I've actually stopped watching.
Yeah, that's healthier, mate.
Yeah, I've stopped watching all the press conferences and that.
Yeah.
So
it plays on your mind too much.
Yeah, well, the last I heard it was like 70-something cases, and I went, oh, shit, here we go. And then the next time I checked in, the missus told me it was like nearing 400. I'm like, oh, God. Yeah. So, yeah, needless to say, I missed a couple of jumps in the middle. But no, it's all right. We find our way to entertain ourselves, whether it be through sport and the hobby, let's face it, jumping on YouTube, talking
That's what you can do, mate.
Yeah. I don't really have much choice. It's not like I can, what is it? It's 8:10 at the moment. If I'm going to go do a run around the block, I've got 50 minutes to get back to my house.
Do you have to wear a mask if you go exercise? Or you don't have to wear it exercising? How's
It's
it
a
work
fine
down
line. It's a fine line. If you want to know what the rules are, that's one question. If you want to know what people seem to be doing, that's
there? It's
another.
the
But
same here. Yeah, it's the same sort
yeah,
of thing here. Like you,
the rules are yes, unless you're exercising. But
yeah,
you
pretty
just,
much if
I
you
don't
leave
know.
the house, you got to wear one, unless you're
Yeah,
exercising. But like where I live, mate, like nobody walks next to it. It's not like you're in the city or something. If you're in the city, that makes sense, and people brushing right past each other. But out in the burbs, people just seem to
yeah,
be a bit more relaxed. But obviously, if you're going to shops or you're going anywhere around people, then you should be wearing it. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. There's a bit going on with that. But look, I mean, a lot of people just carry around a coffee cup, and then they don't seem to think that they need to wear one. So I guess there's that as well. I went walking down just really quickly while we're on the subject, but we went walking down to the local, like the coffee shop, and just trying to support little local businesses and stuff. It's like, right, we get the mask, head down. It's about a, I don't know, 5-minute walk. We get down there, and they've got all the outdoor tables and everything set up. And there's this big sign on it that says, Daniel Andrews hasn't, like, won't allow you to sit here. Sorry about that. And I thought, okay, no worries. This chick walks up, no mask, no nothing, walks up and literally sits on the table exactly where the sign is. And just like, who sits on a table that's being served food on at some point? I don't know. But yeah, she just sat there, and I'm like, do you say something or do you just let it go? I don't know. I just let it go because it was easier.
you're seeing the best out of people, aren't
Yeah, it takes all
you?
time.
During
So.
these times, like when people are under the pump and that, you sort of see the best out of some
You see
people.
the best and the worst, yeah.
I say that sarcastically, like yeah, like yeah. It's
Well, anyway, we won't focus too heavily on it, but yeah, needless to say, it's a bit of a shit
hopefully
show.
we get
And
out of it soon. Hopefully we're getting vaxxed, and I heard you guys were getting a whole bunch of doses. Hopefully you guys can start rolling that out big time. But I mean, just anecdotally in the Discord and that, it seems most people are getting jabs and that now. Like, and the Discord's quite a young age bracket, so that would mean that now that most of the older population would be vaxxed now. It's mainly the younger people that they're trying to get sorted now. 50 and below. So
yeah,
like,
I
yeah.
like the way you said young people are 50 and below. I like the way you said that.
Yeah, I'll just say that because that includes us then. What I really actually mean is probably 30 and below, but, we won't go there.
That's all right. Vincenzo's here. How are you, mate? BLD the goat. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, Glenn, you're right. People are going rogue a bit. It is testing everyone's patience a bit. But anyway, I guess the idea is to as Mayo would say, settle in, take your pants
Just
off,
worry about
and sort
yourself.
of watch the show for a couple of hours.
Worry about your
Forget
own
about it
health.
all. Yeah, exactly right.
Like you see someone doing the wrong thing, just bloody get away from them because you never know. They might have bloody COVID. Like, and if they're walking around without a mask, don't go near them. Fuck that.
Who knows, man?
Like, yeah. So, like, yeah, that's the way I look at it anyway. I go out and I'm like, not social anxiety, but I'm just like, okay, everyone's potentially got it. So I just try and avoid everything as much as possible.
Yeah, go the old 80-20 rule.
Yeah, like I'll do a drive by the post office. Oh no, it's a bit busy. I'll come back later.
There's like one person sitting in there. Oh shit, you guys are crowded. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Mr. Brotcher, you've asked if there's any Instagram questions. Well, like the old how you going,
Oh, we're
mate?
already on the Instagram questions. Have you got any?
Yeah, the thing is you don't ask for them, and then you don't have to worry about not getting any. So I didn't ask for any questions this week because the last time I asked for Instagram questions, I got 0. It was a little bit embarrassing. But you got to handle it. Handle it head on. There's no point running away from it. So I see Kai's tuned in. G'day, Kai. No, not keen for 3 a.m. I think the F1s will do it for me. I don't think I'll make it.
We'll probably finish around 12:30, 1 o'clock or something in the F1. So you still got another couple of hours for the NFL, and then you got the actual game you got to sit through.
See, I've done this before though, like with even when you don't have anywhere you need to be, like work or anything like that. Like with the Boxing Day games, you go through Christmas Day, and then you're like, right, Boxing Day. It's like Australia's NBA Christmas. It's like 5 games. I'm going to get up at whatever it is, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Watch the first one. I'm going to watch them all through, and I don't know, for the last 5 years, easy. It's like you make it to the first game, but because you stayed up to watch it, you fall asleep
You're
before
ruined.
half time in the first game, and then I just sleep through the second and third game. That's like, what was the point, you know? So usually there's at least a game or two in there that I'm not that keen on watching, so I just need to gauge it better. But with the NFL, they're all on at 3 a.m., so nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. So,
Hey, Kai.
yeah, so anyway,
Ben,
so
how you go, mate?
we'll get
Just having
into
a look at the chat here. Chat's lit, mate. What's going on?
That is it. 3 a.m. Did someone say top shot? Says Blake.
Top
Dead
shot.
right.
What's going on?
that's when the owls come out to play for sure.
Yeah.
haven't hit the old top shot in a little while, so, or the digi horses for that matter. So
Yeah, I should have a look. Maybe my Lamello sold.
well, I checked it the other day, and I had a Malachi Flynn moment that sold for like $32.
Ching ching.
I'm like, okay, $32. Yeah, but I don't have to put in like 840 points of ID just to get my money out of Dapper anyway.
What haven't you got withdrawal activated yet?
Nah, you got to make money to withdraw it, bro. I just been doing the top shot merry-go-round. Every time I made any money off it, I just bought more shit, and then I've made a couple of bad purchase decisions, and yeah, they're just not going to sell for the price I bought them for. So I'll
just hang on to it and just buy packs with it.
Yeah, but
let's get some packs next time, mate.
Yeah,
never know.
I'm looking forward to
getting into the WNBA packs, mate.
3 a.m. hunting down packs again, getting disappointed. I can't wait. $32 USD, well spent. Anto's here. G'day, mate. Thanks for tuning in. Good man. Anto, you might recall from the Cherry stream chat.
Okay.
So he's jumped on board to say hello. What a good man.
G'day, mate.
All right, I'm going to cover a couple of bits and pieces off just to, kind of in a way to get them out the way. Does that sound right?
That's right. What are we starting with?
But we'll take a look at the AFL Finals and chuck that up there. That is basically what we're looking at. The Demons and the Doggies. Now, I think the last time these two actually played in a grand final was somewhere back in the 50s. The last time Melbourne won one was in the 50s. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of, let's face it, there's a lot of, what do you call it? I want to say people on the edge. That's a bit over the top, but there's a lot of people that are, obviously with all this COVID stuff, of Melbourne supporters have been stressing, and just like everyone else, but it gives them a chance at a shot at the title. The game's going to be played in Perth, which is kind of hilarious. 2 Victorian teams playing in Perth. But you know, this is what happens. Yeah, as the Doggies though, the Doggies have won more recently, but before that, they had a really, really, really long drought as well. I think back to the 60s, if I recall correctly. So, 1954 for the Demons. So it's one of those situations. My partner's young fella is a Doggies fan, so we'll likely be barracking for the Doggies. But yeah, it's an interesting one because I think I'll genuinely be happy for either fan base, no matter who wins, because everyone loves a drought being broken in sport. So, but they've done it they've done it quite. They've taken quite a difficult route. The Doggies have basically playing all their games on the road, doing a lot of traveling due to obviously COVID protocols and all that sort of stuff. So they're going to have done a lot of kilometres by the time they get to Perth and quarantine and get ready to go. So it'll be interesting. They've been written off a couple of times already.
So who do you think's actually going to win? Like, you'll be barracking for the Dogs, but who do you think, just look at it from an analytical point, who do you reckon is going to win?
Yeah, objectively, I think it would be like a 51-49.
So it's that close.
51-40. I feel like it is, yeah.
That's a good final then.
Well, I think it should be.
It's a good representation of they're the 2 best sides of the year, pretty much.
They've spent the most time for the season being 1 and 2 on the ladder. So purely statistically, they are the 2 best teams for the year. I think before the game last night, I would have said, look, Melbourne looked absolutely as unstoppable as a team could look. And then the Doggies looked just as unstoppable against a different opponent. So if someone had told me, look, the Doggies are going to win tomorrow night, and it's Melbourne Doggies, who would you pick? I would have picked Melbourne pretty quickly, like a 70-30. But after watching the Dogs play last night, it's like, shit, it's a lot closer than that, I reckon.
Right.
It's no, Twiggers, it's not a Pornhub tab at the top of the browser. Mate, no, it's not. And if it is, I don't know how I got there. Anyway, so that's the that's going to be the AFL Finals. Is that 2 weeks away? 2 weeks away, so they have a
so there's a week break
in the middle. Yeah, which it kind of benefits in a weird kind of way at the moment with with all the extra quarantine time and all the shit they've got to go through at the moment. So Ty makes a good point. Demons to win for Neil Danaher. That's that's definitely one. He's a bit of an icon of Aussie rules football, and obviously been a bit crook. So yeah, it's obviously with all the movement and everything that he's done.
Is he? What? He's crook, is he? I don't. I'm
he's been
I'm still learning AFL.
Yeah, no, that's all right. No, he suffers from his MND, I think they say.
Right, okay.
And so he's he's on a. Unfortunately, with that situation, he's on a bit of a hiding to nothing. But he's such an inspirational dude. So people are signing petitions and shit on what are those different petition sites like change.org and all that to allow him to go to Perth. I don't even know if he wants to go to Perth or is able to, but people are pretty.
Because I've heard the name, I've heard his name quite often. But
the Danaher name has been historically 3 or 4, I think maybe 4 brothers played in the AFL in the 80s. Danaher's running around now. The name Danaher is it's a bit of a goat name in AFL circles. I don't know. Yeah, he's behind the big freeze and all that stuff that the AFL do with the blue beanies and the support of the fundraising and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, he's a bit of an icon. If the D's were to win for him, it would be massive. There's stories on each side, as there usually is when the 2 teams get to that last day in September. But I think in a weird way, it would be kind of cool either way. The Doggies would be very unlikely winners if you look at their recent form just before the finals.
D's now after that.
Yeah. I mean, everyone sort of ends up picking a team. I mean, it'd be a hard one if anyone's gambling because I don't know. They're just. I think they'll be almost even money. If anything, Melbourne will be favoured, but it'll be pretty close, I reckon. But yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to
hopefully you can get over there. G'day, Rob. Rob's tuned in. G'day, mate. Shout out to the tea tree. Got the hoodie on. We're very happy. We'll give an update on the merch situation a little bit later on. So yeah, all good feedback so far with that too. So thank you. So anyway, we'll remove a bit of AFL. It's going to be pretty crazy. For those of you out there that do like to have a what they call it, a speculation on results and everything, they've got the Brownlow medal coming up. What's
your tip for that?
I think it's really, really difficult this year. Like someone once told me that it's the best thing to gamble on because they say it's the only race you can gamble on that's already been run.
Yeah.
And so if you can pick, I mean, it's not.
Because you already know it's 3/4 of the season, eh? Like,
no one knows the votes. Yeah, no one knows the votes. No one. Yeah, but see, back in the day, it was always like no one knows the votes. They're all kept under lock and key. These days they do it all big grandiose with the security van, and someone comes in with a suitcase, handcuffed to their wrist and all this shit.
So who is it? Actually, the AFL that runs it?
Well, the AFL umpires vote on who the best players are after each game, but I'm not
all the umpires
100%
that
sure.
Voted, are they?
Yeah, the umpires vote on each game, so they give a 3-2-1. But these days, there's so many different media outlets that have like MVP awards and the 4 and 20 with Sauce, bloody Player of the Year, and whatever else. So you get a little bit more of a feel of who everyone sort of thinks is going to be up and about.
But you could, I'm sure there's some people there with their notebook and watching every game and making their own predictions. And I bet there's some people that get very close to it too. I used to know a bloke from Melbourne that I worked with, and he put a better. What was that one year that Adam Goods and another bloke? there was like three-way. It was three-way split or something.
I think it
It
was
was like it was
Goods,
it's a while ago
Rashudo.
now. And
I can't
mate,
remember.
that guy had picked two of them.
Oh,
He said
right.
it's gonna be split two-way. I ended up getting split three-way, but he loaded up on like Goodsy and one of the other blokes. And like
Yeah,
the
right.
betting companies paid each one out.
Ah,
Because
right. Okay.
yeah.
I'm just trying to have a look. Oh, three. Yeah, Goods, Buckley, and Rashudo. It was. Yeah, I
Okay,
had one of
Buckley,
them right.
yeah, I think that's who it was, Buckley, yeah.
Yeah.
Was the other one that he
Yeah.
picked, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, look, it's going to be weird. I know people before personally that have gone and put, multi bets on who's gonna lead each team. So that's where you can stack them up. The
Oh
betting
yeah.
companies typically don't release that info until like a day or two, if not closer to the actual event. So they don't have people loading up these bets for
Yeah.
weeks on end. But yeah, I know a couple of people that have cleaned up pretty mightily from just stacking the teams together. So even if you
Well,
do,
if
like the
anyone
chat's saying, they're saying Wines is like really short, like $1.53. But if you've got something there that's like, I don't
you
know,
can
you're up
roll
to
into
like,
other stuff,
yeah, $20 or $30, you add $1.53 to it, it starts to get juicy. So
yeah.
yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've got no idea who will win. A lot of people think Wines will go pretty close. There's like the Melbourne boys, Petrarca and Oliver have both had amazing seasons, but whether or not they take votes off each other, which is always a possibility. There's only so many votes to go around, and if you're winning most of your games and getting best player gets 3, the others sort of pick up the 2s and 1s, then yeah, you never know. But if
Does
they
the
split
winning
them,
team does the guy who gets 3 votes, is he generated from the winning team, or it doesn't work like that? They don't even
it's
care about it. It's not like
that
how like an MVP generator is never going to go losing.
mm,
I mean, occasionally it will, which is like Jordan type performance, but like like generally it goes to on the winning side.
yeah.
So
Look,
like
typically it does. There's been some howlers in the past though. Like my team, Carlton
yeah,
used to
that's
have
what
a
I'm thinking, because
player,
you get some come
Chris
out of
Judd.
nowhere then. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Judd got 3 votes one day for a game against Collingwood where we lost to Collingwood by 80 plus points, and somehow Chris Judd was
Whoa.
voted the best player on the ground. So there's been some howlers. There's always a few where like the eyes start
I love it.
rolling,
That's great. Yeah.
but yeah, it just adds to the.
Because it's good money to be made there too if you can pick it.
Well, yeah, if you that's there's always the trouble is though because there's these howlers all the time. There's always at least one or two. It throws everyone out. So I don't know. Half of me thinks they
Rigged.
yeah, half. Maybe not rigged, but half part of me thinks they just throw a couple of spanners in the works just to. Everyone gives so much shit to the umpires all the time. I reckon they just throw a couple of spanners in there, like give one back.
Well, that's the thing. If the umpires are voting too, like if you're one of these players that's always hounding the umpire, you might be a bloody brilliant player, but if you're always on the umpire's ass screaming at him, saying "What the fuck are you doing?" like he's gonna hate you. He's not gonna want to
Yeah,
throw 3
maybe.
ways your way, is he?
It
Like
depends
humans are
on the
human.
integrity, though, doesn't it? If you're clearly the best player,
Yeah, but
but
he's
you've
still
been a bit of an
human, man.
asshole.
Like I
No.
100% agree with it, and he's got to try and separate that and go, oh, okay, yeah. But like, some players would get under their skin. Like, I don't know, it just
Well, I just reckon it throws one more element of doubt
Oh, it's
into
good.
it. So yeah, so who
Plus, they
knows
probably
really?
shouldn't be giving it to like dirty type players anyway. So like, that's probably a good thing then anyway.
Yeah, well, the idea of it historically, I mean, it's meant to be the fairest and best player, and so if you get rubbed out
okay. So it's
by
not
the
only like best
tribunal, you
performance,
can't
but
win.
it's fairest. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so if you've
it's
been
not.
a tribunal, you're not eligible.
Well, if you get rubbed out, so if you get penalised, so you can. I think I might have this wrong, but you can get fined. I don't think that will affect your eligibility, but if you
Like miss a week or whatever.
yeah, if you get rubbed out for a week, or
Gone.
accumulate fines, maybe I don't know, but yeah, you become ineligible. So they just go,
Okay.
well, you can't win it. So there's been a couple in my lifetime that I remember where someone has actually been up there, either really close or they've actually tied
Like
for the win,
favourite to win it.
but they couldn't receive it. I think Corey
Oh, so
McKernan
what?
was
They
one.
still count them in the voting?
Yeah, they still get votes. So it's quite awkward.
Because the votes happen after the game, don't they? Each game, so
Yeah.
like, it's not
Yep.
like they look like they're sitting there at the end of the season looking at the tapes of the whole year and then do all their voting.
No, it's on the fly. So if you were to get rubbed out in the last round of the regular season, you might have accumulated 30 odd votes, and now you get
Imagine
rubbed
just
out.
sitting there watching your name just going up the leaderboard, eh? Like, and then you're
Yeah,
like,
that's
well, I'm
right.
not even eligible.
Yeah,
Just
but they
give
always
me
have that
another
little
beer, mate.
asterisk.
Like,
Yeah, well,
bloody hell.
you're not wrong. That's pretty much what they do. They'll just sit there and they'll
Just
pan
get
the thing
blind,
over and they'll
mate.
just be like this. They'll just be like, "Nah, I can't even win this thing." So, yeah, it would be interesting to see. I think Twiggers mentioned someone back here. Yeah, Took or Took. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but Took
Blake.
Miller. Most votes but ineligible. Maybe rubbed out need to get into playing AFL. It's all happening. Yeah, Corey McKernan was another one. Chris Grant was another one. G'day, Nico. Evening to you, my friend. Jonathan Patton Brownlow for best text message. There's a story in itself. Probably won't go into that. Let's just say
I'm not quite sure what that means, but yeah.
Let's just say old JP can get a bit creative on his phone when he doesn't have any pants on, I would suggest.
Oh, all right.
Anyway, it's he should play rugby league, that kind of behaviour, I would have thought. Anyway.
Oh, mate, yeah. You're right.
Moving right along. All right, so that's the AFL. We'll see what happens. Maggie's here. G'day, mate. The AFL's finished. We just did 45 minutes on the North Melbourne Kangaroos rebuild, Maggie. But you'll have to go back. You'll have to rewind to catch that. I reckon we'll take a look at the NFL.
You better lead the way. You know more about it than me, but I've got some questions for you though. There we go. Because I'm interested in some cards. I might this year try and have a bit of a play at some cards. You know, there's a few guys I've looked at.
This comes up. This looks absolutely horrendous on the screen. So we're going to see.
Oh, what's going on there, mate?
It's bad, isn't it? I'm just going to ditch it for a minute. We're gonna
Let's just talk about it, mate.
We're going to reset. No, I'll just come up with something else. I need like dark mode. All right, let's try this. Does that look any better, or is that just killing everyone's face like mine? But anyway, maybe we'll just get through it quickly.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go through every single game, but the Eagles here on top against the Falcons, the mighty Eagles. Hopefully, we can get off to a good start. We're not expected to do a whole lot this year, but then if you listen to one or two or three, maybe little accounts here and there on the socials, they seem to think that the Eagles could be a surprise packet. So that's just enough information to disappoint me as the season goes on and we just start losing game after game. But yeah, I don't know. I think Atlanta will be favoured, but I don't think it's insurmountable for us to win. So it's possible. Did you have any?
Who's your
particular
starting quarterback this year?
Jalen Hurts. He's our starting quarterback,
right.
and so he's got his little running buddy Devonta Smith out there.
And who are the Falcons got?
The Falcons, I can't remember who they got. This is the beauty of the internet, though. We just check their depth chart. We'll go from there. This is really bright, isn't it? It's lighting on my face. Well, Matt Ryan, the quarterback, he's been there for a little while. He was one of the jerseys that came out in Cherry's banner locker breaks the other night.
Right.
Been around a long time.
Been pretty good, actually, those banner locker breaks there.
Yeah.
I see your name popping up in a few of them.
Yeah, I won one. I haven't I wouldn't say I've cleaned up, but I haven't gone in a heap of slots either. So I was trying to go easy. Got a couple of other targets I'm looking for. So I know Twiggers is mentioning Cam Newton, who doesn't actually have a job at the moment, I don't think, but it seems weird that he would not be on a roster. So I think he might get picked up at some stage, but yeah, at the moment. Yeah, so it was Kanga that got the jersey, the Matt Ryan jersey. That's good. Yeah, because a couple of people in the chat were sort of like, oh, Matt Ryan, ouch. I'm like, are you serious, man? This guy's been around for ages. Falcons gear always looks good.
Any starting quarterbacks, like, all right, isn't it?
Oh, like, it depends how you look at it. Like
obviously, you might have some real shit teams or whatever, but like,
well, it's funny, isn't it? Because the shit teams usually have valuable
memorabilia cards, all that sort of thing. Like, you just get any quarterback and get your hand. Obviously, there's some that are better than others, right? But like, if you're getting a jersey of a quarterback,
yeah, it depends what you're in it for too. Like, are you if you're trying to make money off it, I mean, absolutely, you could sell a Matt Ryan jersey for a lot more than what you paid for your spot in a break. So
Yeah.
I think no matter who you get, you'll be up and about. All right, we'll go back. Look at the wonders of this technology. Cody was mentioning. Who was he mentioning? Should I open the tab link? No, I'm not opening the tab link. Where is it? So Rob's got Arizona winning the Super Bowl. Well, he's an Arizona fan, I believe. So that'll be where that comes from. Chiefs by 11-20 tomorrow. I'll tell you what. Why wouldn't we just? Why don't we just take a quick poll? Take a poll
Do
with the
it.
group. There's a few games here. Why not? Let's go from top to bottom. This might be just absolutely horrendous trying to get everyone's point of view through the chat. So
it will be, but let's do it anyway.
We'll bail on it. We'll bail on it if we shit the bed here.
We'll
But
perfect it over time. It's all right.
Yeah, that's right. So what we want to do, I think, this is a good idea. We're gonna throw down the old baseline bet. So we're gonna do
baseline bet. Love it.
We want to try and pick. We'll just say winners. I reckon it's probably going to be the easiest. So we want to pick the winners. So we'll go through what have we got. All the Monday games. How many is that? Shit, it's a few. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games. All right, let's do it. Why not? And
14 games, 14 Lego.
Yeah, 14 Lego. We might do 2 sevens. Let's just figure it all out. So Eagles Falcons, is everyone see Twiggers is on the Eagles? That's good. Is there any Falcons to go against the Eagles here?
The Eagles. $1.52 the Falcons.
Oh boy. Because the line is always a bit tricky with NFL because the average winning margin in NFL is actually really small. So if you see like Buffalo over 6.5, that's actually quite a convincing win. So you can't always go by the line. But yeah, I think someone told me once it's literally like 3 point something points is the average winning margin.
Philadelphia +3, you get $2.
So if people will go the line, I reckon. There's a few people in here that reckon the Eagles could do it. I don't know if they're just being nice, wonderful people. But there's enough Falcons that maybe we should just go the line. Punter, what do you reckon?
Yeah, it's probably the go, isn't it?
All right. We'll go Philly at the line. Still gives us the option for the Falcons to win. Filthy buggers. All right, the next one, we've got Steelers, Bills. Bills. Yeah, you're right, Nico.
Say.
The Eagles are underdog.
Bills are $1.34. Pittsburgh at $3.30. Bills, I reckon people saying you're a
pretty clear Bills one.
Haven't the Bills got who's their quarterback? It's a name, isn't it? Like Josh Allen or something, or not him, or
hang on.
Who is it again?
Yeah, Allen. Yeah.
It is that. Yeah.
They got a few going on.
Didn't he get injured or something? He had big raps on him at the start last year and then got injured or something, I think, did he?
Yeah, I can't remember. See, now you know more about NFL than I do, mate. So,
mate, I just pick up stuff and I listen to stuff, you know. And
don't sell yourself short.
Only for the card thing, and like I like the game as well, but you know I don't have time to watch everything.
That's all right. Don't talk yourself down, mate. You just blown me out of the water with the Buffalo Bills quarterback list. I dig it. All right, looks pretty unanimous for the Bills. Not quite unanimous. Sorry, Blake, you've gone the Steelers, but you've been quite considerably outvoted there. So, no offense. Vikings and Bengals. The Vikings appear to be favored.
Yeah, $1.60. Bengals $2.35.
Not a big. Bengals are at home. And Burrow going to get tear shit up, maybe. Vikings are getting a very solid wrap here. Because I have a Steelers card on my desk. The emphasis of good baseline for all gambling choices.
Looks like it's Vikings here, eh?
It's Vikings, yeah. It's almost
Yeah.
Vikings by a large margin, but we'll go just Vikings. That's cool. All right, 49ers Lions at Detroit, and San Francisco seems to be pretty heavily favored.
Yeah, $1.23. Detroit 420.
Vikings going to be super solid. Yeah. The Bengals did get a vote in there towards the end. Andy Buchanan, so we'll remember that. A lot of Vikings, so that one's good. So now we've got 49ers
Lions. Geez, this is pretty split. This couple Lions there, a few 49ers.
Couple 49ers. Blake, one
I
of
mean,
the
I'm interested. A couple Lions there. A couple of people like them because they're so far out. 420 might be worth a line bet in this game.
Yeah. I reckon you might be right. It looks pretty split down the line again, so maybe we'll go Detroit.
Let's have a look what the actual. I'll have a look at what the handicap is. Oh, it's Simferin minus 8.5 or Detroit plus 8.5, $1.90.
Yeah, I reckon that's good. We'll go Detroit at the line.
Right.
Detroit at the line, I reckon.
Done.
That'll keep the crew happy. Cardinals and Titans. I know what Rob's going to go here, so that's an instant vote for Cardinals. See what the crew think. The Titans there, Mr. Brotcher. Cards. No, Titans. Titans in a bit of a lead here. Right.
Titans, eh?
At home. They are favoured, I think. It says the line is 3.5.
There's a couple cards there, but yeah, more Titans. But...
Well, I think it might be
Titans it is.
Righto. Upset Rob now. He won't move this logo to the other side of the jumper because we've gone against his Cardinals. Seahawks and Colts. Seahawks are favoured even though the game is in Indianapolis. And I wonder if old Eagle Carson Wentz is playing. I haven't even looked it up. Seahawks, Colts, Seahawks. A lot of Seahawks,
yeah, it looks like he's playing. We're going to the quarterback prop markets here. It's got Carson Wentz.
Old mate Wentz. Well, the Seahawks people are up and about. I think that's a
$1.62. All right, Seahawks it is.
A value, right? The Chargers and the Washington football team. Washington appear to be favoured by about 1.5 points, so this should be a relatively close one. And Wentz is playing. Thanks, Kai. Yep. Thanks, Rob. Legend. Football team, Washington. So many ways to not say their old name now. That's good. It keeps everyone in uniform. One Chargers there from Kai. A 0-all draw. That's adventurous. Imagine that. Imagine paying money to go with another 90,000 people to watch a 0-all draw. Might as well go watch the soccer. Or a Wigan match. Although we won on the weekend.
What are we going here? This looks split.
I think it looks split too. So
actually, no, sorry. It is more WFT, Washington.
Is it?
All right. It's only actually Kai that's gone the Chargers, yeah.
All right, we'll go Washington for that one. We'll keep it moving because we've got 14 fucking games to go through.
We're at 7, mate.
All right, we're in the home stretch, sort of.
Are we only doing tomorrow's games? We're not doing Tuesday and that?
Nah, I think we'll just do these.
Just do tomorrow. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I thought there was 8 to 10 games, and then there was 14.
Well, we can always cut it out. We can always cut a game or two out if you're not confident.
Go hard or go home. 14's actually my lucky number, so it's all. Let's go for it. All right. So Kai's saying he left this one out of any of his. Is that the Jets Panthers game, Kai? Or are you referring to the previous? Oh, no, you said Chargers. The other one. Okay, so it must be the Jets-Panthers game he left out. Looks like the Panthers are favoured at home.
Yeah,
Just
$1.48.
$1.48. Everyone's pretty.
Get on, you reckon?
There's a few Panthers coming through. I reckon we just do it. I reckon the
Nobody
Panthers.
likes the Jets, do they? I don't know. People like them, mate. They just don't win. Isn't that it?
Yeah, well, they're building. They got
Are they?
new rookies. Yeah, they'll start to be more expensive in breaks now. The Jaguars and the Texans.
There you go. Bit of inside info there from Hendo for all you NFL card freaks.
That's right.
Get on the Jets in breaks while you can.
Yeah, well, they're probably already too expensive, but anyway,
Uh,
like everything in the hobby, try and
6
do it
months too
6
late.
months. Try and do it 6 months before you go to do it. All right, so Jaguars and Texans. What do we got? Easy Jags here. Jags. Can't trust the Jets. That's true. That's fair. Texans. Yeah. Tex. Oh, it's pretty split, this one.
So this is Trevor Lawrence playing?
I believe he'll be. Oh,
Is this his
yeah,
first game?
I believe he will. Yeah, I believe he will be
So
playing.
this is a fucking big game then, isn't it?
Well, it probably is. Yeah, they're on the road.
Because isn't he like the next big?
He's meant to be
hype?
like the Ducks nuts, yeah, but I don't know. I assume he's playing. But yeah, I don't know, Peter B. I don't know who's playing for the Texans. It would probably help, wouldn't it, if we actually checked who the fuck is playing for each team. Like who's actually playing before we
Tyrod Taylor is
out.
the Texans quarterback.
Sean Watson is ruled him out. So Watson is not playing. So Tyrod Taylor. Let's see if this bloke looks trustworthy. Well, you never know. He might be able to do it. He looks confident. So maybe he can. I don't know. I don't know anything about Tyrod Taylor or Davis Mills. So, yeah, becomes a challenging one, that one. Watson will sit all year.
Go for the hype.
Play
Go
for
for
the
the
Texans
Jags.
again. I saw they were looking to move him. So, yeah, I don't know if he will play. What does it look like here? The Jags seem to be – Texans are a dumpster fire. All right. That's enough for me. So we'll go Jacksonville. If they're that much of a dumpster fire, we should go like Jacksonville by 11 plus or something, but we won't. All right. So we've got the Browns and the Chiefs. I think this one's going to be pretty unanimous going towards the Chiefs because they're the Chiefs.
Mahomes.
So, yeah, the Mahomie.
I've heard a lot of people giving Baker Mayfield a rap. That he'll have a good season this year, they reckon.
Perhaps the Browns will be improved, but I don't know. It's much like with Carlton supporters in the AFL. No matter how much we talk ourselves up, we always have to play Richmond in week 1 and we get the shit kicked out of us. So maybe that's what Browns are doing. It's like, oh, we're up and about. We're up and about.
Just the poo symbol, the Browns. I'm a shit.
Yeah, the
Browns have a solid roster,
right. They might be better this year, but I don't know if they're going to.
Righto, so Chiefs though.
Cleveland from the
You're going to the Chiefs for this bet,
yeah, I think this is pretty clearly.
We've got to wait and see what we're going to get from the Browns, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Righto.
Dolphins and Patriots. Well, we've pushed into the 6:25 AM games, so everyone can be up and about for these ones. New England appear to be favoured.
Yep. Is that Tua Tagovailoa? Dude, is he good?
I think he seems to be all right. It's really hard to tell with rookie quarterbacks. They're either like phenoms or like they're still learning and they take a year or two to become good.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, others will probably have a stronger opinion on whether he's actually good or not, but his value certainly seems to be holding in terms of his cards. I haven't seen them take a dive. So.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah. So
what do we reckon, guys?
There's a lot of Pats here.
Yeah, Tua versus Mac. Pats. Everyone's saying Pats.
Well,
yeah, I think Pats. Everyone's on the Pats. All right, Pats.
In New England, we must be getting close to the end here.
We're at 11.
Three games to go. All right. We went Kai. We went the Eagles, but at the line because it was quite was quite a split vote as to who would win. So we figured we'd take Philly at the line, just like we took Detroit at the line.
I'll put a picture of this up. I'll take a snapshot and put it up on the Discord.
Oh, yeah, beautiful.
In the baseline thing. So yeah, in case anyone misses it.
Good lad. So we got the Packers and the Saints. Packers and the Saints. Yeah, I'm with you, Kai. It's hard to tell in week one though. But,
so who's beat Aaron Rodgers? Is the?
I don't think is he still playing? I thought he tapped out, or is he still playing?
Jameis Winston is the other one.
Haven't they given the keys to old buddy?
It looks like Rodgers is playing. You can bet on it.
Maybe they haven't.
He's in the touchdown in the quarterback markets.
Crikey! All right. Green Bay, Saints. It's looking pretty close here.
Might have to look at the line here.
Yeah, Rob's gone the Saints. Packers if Rodgers is playing. Yeah, there's a bit of a mystery. I actually thought
Green
Bay
minus
paid attention.
3.5. New Orleans plus 3.5. $1.90.
Maybe we take Saints at the line. And that keeps us maybe.
Saints at the line. Done. Mate,
Saints.
At the moment we're at 12-leg multi for $350. Two more games to add.
$1 on it. All right, so we got the Broncos and the Giants. Can't pick the Giants, surely. Only because I don't like the Giants. No offense to any Giants fans watching.
Do you remember that Simpsons episode where like he gets the Denver Broncos and he's like, "Oh, the Denver Broncos."
I remember it well. Toss a coin on this one. All right, so we just go the unfavored team at the line.
Toss a coin, really?
Well, it's the only one there.
Leave this one up to Lucky, you reckon? Nobody's
Rogers
in it.
Gone New York. Andy's gone
Bronx.
All right.
Broncos.
So we might just go the. Rob's gone New York. Broncos. Yeah, it's split. So we'll go. So the Giants, I think, are the underdog.
Well, they're only Broncos -3 or New York Giants +3 for $1.80, $1.82. That's for the Giants, or Denver Broncos -3 for $1.99.
I think we'll go New York at the line because they're not favoured, but Denver might pip them right at the post or something. And finally, in arguably the longest segment in Baseline Drunks live history, we are picking between the Bears and the Rams.
Surely everyone's going. I'm not even looking at the comments, but surely everyone's going to go the Rams at $1.25.
Oh boy, Rams to cover 48.5 line.
Rams to cover a -48.5 line.
Wow, Dalton is playing. He's a clown. That's rough. Is Dalton the quarterback for the Bears now? He's been around the block.
I love it.
All right, we're gonna go the Rams. LA Rams. Just on it.
Well, the LA Rams, you can get if you really think they're gonna smash them, we can get -7.5 for $1.89.
Yeah, let's do it then.
You reckon so -7.5 is more than a.
I'm feeling the confidence from the crew that
right.
they'll probably beat them by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Done.
Beautiful.
Sorted.
Nice.
Sorted.
All right. Well, we'll do that. And we'll give the results. It's probably going to be a fairly significant shot at the title with an unexpected 14 bloody legs in there. But why not, eh? And if we win some money, who knows? We might be able to raise some more money for some people. We'll
$416. Hit the power play, mate, and get $1,467 on the multi.
Taking it to the house. Nice.
All right, I'll take a couple of screenshots here and get it posted on the Discord.
Yeah, beautiful. No rush.
So everyone's got it.
Yeah, good man. All right. Well, that's the NFL covered. So that's ripper. That's good. Who knows? Who knows what might happen? Now, little merch update while CP is screenshotting everything. A couple of little updates here. We've done another with the Tea Tree guys, and Rob's in the chat, so make sure you say hello to Rob. We've done another donation now to the food bank after the second run of stuff. This one being that I'm wearing now being one of them. Andy B and Peter B will be happy. More so Peter, sorry, he's the one that mentioned it. We've got a couple of hats, or one hat on there with a little face on it. And we're gonna the one I'm wearing now, the hoodie, it will actually end up being a bit of a, I don't know, I wouldn't want to say it's a collector's item. We're talking about the hobby. It's not exactly high value. It helps out. It's good quality and helps out, but it's not like someone's going to ask you if they can buy it off you for $500 or something. But yeah, we are going to change the side in which the little face logo is on. So it's on the left. So Peter Lee, if you're listening, Peter Lee will be happy. Blake's now asking for a black college t-shirt. It just keeps happening. Didn't want to put too many options, but the
requests are coming in, mate.
The requests are coming in, so we'll see. We'll see. No promises made. Sit on the fence. It's not a bad idea though. Imagine the black shirt with grey writing, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, have a think about it. But yeah, so just a little update there. You can go to the website, click through on baselinedrunks.com. You go from Rob says if Hendo approves. So you can access the store here on the website. The episodes and replays and stuff come up. A few blog bits and pieces. Might as well talk about this now, just really, really quickly. But if anyone's got anything they want to share, even if they've got particular cards or a particular bunch of cards that you've got photos of and stuff, you want to send them to me and just tell me a bit about why you collect them, I'd be happy to sort of put something together and chuck it on the site. I just like to sort of throw something up every now and then. Just
send it in, guys.
Share some stories about why everyone collects. Yeah, it's right. Gives something to bang on about.
No, I love checking out people's stuff, whatever they collect.
Yeah, everyone's got
even if you think it's weird or quirky, mate, just give us a look at it.
Yeah. So yeah, send it in.
We love it.
Either DM it or.
Mate, that merch is looking top notch, but sorry, I was paying attention, but I was just screenshotting everything and sorting that out. But I'm just looking now. That merch is looking red hot.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. We've sold a bit of everything too. So I think the only one that hasn't.
I've just posted that slip on the Baseline Discord there and under the shared content thing. So people need to have a look at it. You can check it out there.
Nice, good man. So yeah. So anyway, that's.
If you're not part of Baseline Discord,
yeah,
you're not living life.
Once I figure out how to
get amongst it,
then we'll be off and running. But so there you go. So that's little update. No problem at all, Peter B. No problem at all. All right. What's next on the list here? Work my way through. Do we?
Yeah, I'll be getting one too, Peter, for sure. I ordered a couple of hats from. You ever try to buy hats? Like, it's funny as you get older, like you buy NBA hats and stuff, and like you look at like there's all these hats that are all colourful, and then you're like, man, I can't wear that shit. Like you need to find something a bit more subtle than that. Like it was funny because I was talking to one of my mates about it the other day, and so I ordered some from the States. Mate, you think they'd come here anytime soon? Eh? It's been like 3 weeks. Still over there. Haven't even turned up in Australia yet.
Yeah, someone was telling me the other day.
My point of the story is it's hard to get a hold of a decent hat these days, like with COVID and everything, like shops all closed and that. So I'll be putting an order in because I need a new one bad.
I dig it. All right. Yeah. Now I don't want to kick off onto the old F1 too early, so I might do a little cheeky ShipMyCards update.
Yeah, what do we got?
There's only a couple of things here. I've had my eye on a few things. Got to keep making myself
still on the Lacey?
Very much still on the Lacey. Even got him up on the which way? That way. There he is. Up there with his old man on the wall of fame. or shame, depending on how you want to look at it. Actually, before we do
Yeah.
ship my
Did
cards
you see
update,
Blake's comment earlier? He wants that reveal. He wants. Where's this big
the
reveal?
reveal. I know. It just made me think of it when I was pointing at the wall, and it's staring right at me. So maybe the time is now.
Get it out. Let's see.
Let's just set the stage, set the story here. But Blake hit me up and asked me a question about whether or not he could add something to the mix here on the set of Baseline Drunks Live. And I immediately said, yes, that's a good idea before asking exactly what it was. But I think that's what we're all about. Just say yes and then deal with the consequences later.
Yes first, ask questions later.
Yeah. And so, lo and behold, with the wonders of lockdown and the wonders of the internet, I was able to stroll in to my local Officeworks, which is only about a 5-minute walk away, and was able to pick up this absolutely magnificent piece of art. I'll just reveal it.
What do we got? Let's see. What do you got?
The man, the myth, the legend, Dale from Cherry, Dale.jpg. Dale.jpg forever immortalized on canvas too. Look at this. It's on canvas. It's the real deal.
Oh, man, that's... Josh is right. It is beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And so now on...
He's looking over your shoulder now.
He's
Dale's
watching
always
me.
Looking over your shoulder.
Watching me, sledging me.
That's it. Good man.
Yeah. Do what you got to do. Post it wherever you want. But the great man is with us on every episode now. So eventually, hopefully, I can get him to come and join us on an actual episode.
It looks funny. He's just sitting there behind you.
He's just sitting there behind me. So I dig it. So, Blake, you're an absolute legend, mate. The idea was fantastic, and it was executed brilliantly. So it's great. He's like literally, he's right on my shoulder. So I dig it. Oh yeah,
Chris. Yeah, Magda would trade his Lucas for that. Yeah, for sure.
So he's immortalized, and I'm very happy to have him here, and he is an absolute legend. So I hope he's
mate. That wall's getting full behind you there.
Hope he's tuning in. Yeah, the missus can bloody laminate. I tell you, she's an absolute weapon at laminating. We've got Wigan winning the FA Cup up there. We've got Kobe. We've got the Alacies. D-Gen flag, Robert Pack.
Man, that's the best thing I've seen all weekend.
A random Eagles fan giving the bird. So, yeah, I'll have to put a hook on the wall, but I kind of like him just sitting in the corner there, just keeping it real.
I like it, mate. Yeah.
I can't go putting it on T-shirts and shit. It's going over the top. It's just for the set.
But no, that's good.
Just for the set. But yeah, Blake, you're a legend. So thank you, good sir.
You'd probably dig it anyway. You'd like it. It's good, mate.
All right, so so I don't know. You probably won't be able to concentrate on anything else other than the Dale picture now, but that's fair. That's second half of the show is all about just staring at the Dale picture. I don't mind. That's a win. So
all right, we can ask him for his opinion every now and then too.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll tune in.
You can just turn around and ask him, mate.
He's all right. What a legend. All right. So I'm going to jump into the I've got three little look at the comments and making me laugh. Three little additions to the Ship My Cards banter this week. One is the mighty Juliano Alacy.
I really like those green ones, eh?
The green ones look sick. I
any of them myself, but yeah, they look really nice.
I think they're to like 75 or something like that. So, but I reckon they'll look pretty good. I'm still wondering what to do with these when the time comes. I don't know if you can hear that banging, but I think that's Bob outside scratching and banging on the door.
Wants to come in.
Shit. Yeah, he wants to come in. He's had his dinner. Anyway, he's going to have to wait until a little bit later. So the green I think might be 75 or 70-ish, somewhere in that range. But
right.
Add it to the rainbow.
Yeah.
The next one's a pretty eclectic mix of old school Eagles.
Wow.
Anyone who knows me knows that I like old school old school Eagles cards. So you can't really make all of them out here, but like they're just a real wild mix of like 50s, 60s, and 70s. Old mate, um, old mate Pete there is a 6, I think. PSA 6, but that's like a 1954 Bowman card. So
Hey,
yeah, it's
Bailey.
something a little bit different. G'day, Bailey. So just
Sweet,
old school stuff. I dig it. I don't with these
What are you just
particular
picking them
cards.
cheap up in the States
Yeah,
there and sending them to ShipMyCards?
yeah. So I think this whole set, cost me like, well, not a set, but this lot, I guess, cost me about $20. I think
Yeah, I like buying
so,
lots.
20 or 25. So there's one or two in there that I've already got, like this guy here. I've actually already got that team set, but that's all right. I mean, they're not expensive, so it's a bit of fun. And Peter Lee is responsible for this next one, but the old Pocket Monster Electrode.
Oh, hello.
Delivered in 4 shades of scary spandex. I'm not sure how that card will survive that trip, but anyway,
Wow.
it's a funky little Japanese electrode. So yeah, if anyone knows, I don't know really jack shit about Pokemon, but I like the electrode guy. So whenever I see something that's a little bit different, every time I see something different, I'll go and get after it. So yeah, so that's the Ship My Cards update. Not a massive update on that front at the moment, but
yeah, I haven't been
I'm interested in Riz's comment here.
Had to pay for a couple of bloody big grading orders that finally got processed. Bloody.
I'm gonna just post that up there just for people to think about while I figure out what I'm gonna show on here next.
Mate, facts.
Riz is always good for a few cheeky facts. I'm not sure if this is a fact or this is just something that's come from his own mind, but thought-provoking nonetheless, I would suggest. Needs more Chelsea. Bailey. No, we're not talking about Chelsea. We got Wigan. up on the wall. They beat Man City in an FA Cup final. That's about all we've done, but we did do it, so that's good. Nearly home time for the old SMC shipment. It won't be too far away. I was waiting on I was trying to hold out long enough to get all 10 of the Tyson Beck Muhammad Ali cards, but I think it's the 6th one is due out. And
taking too long.
It's taken ages, yeah. I spoke to him the other day,
and
he was suggesting that it was going to be coming out pretty soon, but I haven't seen it. So, anyway. But yeah, I'll probably end up doing half and half in terms of that shipment. So, but yeah, all right. Well, there's only one more sort of key part to get into that's outside of like the F1s. Definitely want to have a chat about that. And it was just in regards to this week was Are You OK Day. So don't want to make a massively big deal about the health segment this week, but obviously with the Are You OK Day being this week, it does not hurt at all to just sort of reach out. I think most of the people in the community already do it. I know my mates, we're always sort of trying to catch up by video calls and stuff like that. The Discords are always really pumping, DMs are flying. So if nothing else, it was more just a reminder. I think, the Facebook memories come up for those who use Facebook where it's like, sharing something on Are You OK Day. It's good to share it more often. And I think this year it really got a lot of attention, probably to do with what everyone's fucking going through with lockdowns and all the shit. So, yeah, if just a reminder, if anything, I don't know. The word awareness gets thrown around so strangely now because I think most things we're all aware of. It's just whether we talk about it enough. So I don't really want to raise awareness for Are You OK Day. I think everyone's pretty fucking aware of it. But, yeah. But actually, just reach out and talk to
100%. That is one of my things where it's like this, like, pussyfooting around it sort of thing. Like, mate, just fucking ring your mate and see if he's all right. You know what I mean? Like that whole awareness.
Keep it simple.
Like, keep it simple. It's not that hard. Just bring your boys up, see if they're all right. Ring your, if the female friends up, see if they're all right. Yeah. Bring your mum, bring your dad, bring everyone, mate. Because not only are you doing it for them, but you're doing it for yourself as well. It's for your own mental health as well. So,
dead right.
Yeah, it's good for everyone.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. No, but mate, it's good you bring it up, mate, because you see this from all angles, like the whole "Are you okay" thing, but like everyone seems to sort of run the same sort of narrative, like, oh, it's all about raising awareness and that, you know. And
Yeah, I
I
think
just like your approach. Just here you go, do
we're all
this.
fucking aware. Just get on the
Yeah,
phone, mate. Get on the
exactly.
video call.
Yeah,
Get in
yeah,
the
that's
chat on
right.
a
Here
get
you
in the
go. Here's
chat
a
on
problem.
a
Here's how we fix it. Done.
budget YouTube show. Jump in the chat.
I know it's not that
Marvel.
simple for some, but like, yeah,
No, I
it's
know,
yeah.
of course, but
But for the
I think the aim
majority,
is
it
to
is. You know, for the majority,
yeah
it is that simple. So
the aim
yeah,
is to try and create an environment where anyone who you think isn't that likely to say something, that if they did feel comfortable doing it, they'll do it. That's
yeah,
all you
that's
can do.
right.
And so
Mm.
reach out, make sure people are all good. Not everyone wants to talk. That's cool. I think my first boss said that I could talk under wet cement. So maybe I'm a talker, maybe others aren't, but yeah, just reach out. That's the message anyway. It's sure to help, even if someone doesn't really want to talk about a heap of stuff. At least just broaching the subject can be helpful. So anyway, all right,
That's it.
that segment on health was a lot shorter than our segment on who's going to win in the NFL this week. Let's just put it that way. But I
Mate,
think
that
it was a good one.
NFL segment, that's
Could
going to
be a
go down
banger.
now each week, mate. It's going to
each week
happen.
the quest for the 14
Yeah.
quest for the 14 legger. That's all right. We can make a banner for it. Good stuff. All right. Now, do we want to have a yarn about the F1s? This is where CP shines. He knows
I'm
all the
nervous,
rules.
mate.
Oh, I wouldn't be nervous.
I'm
I wouldn't be
nervous,
nervous. You know more rules
mate.
than me. I'm not going to pull an
No,
NFL on you
mate.
and then know more
Danny
rules
Rick,
than you.
mate. Starting from second place there on the grid, mate.
Yeah,
I haven't
let's bring
seen
it
it
up.
it's been a long time, mate.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
crazy too. Yeah, it's because Bottas actually qualified first and got the medal, which was kind of cool to see that they did 3 medals for first, second, and third,
It was
and
actually alright. Yeah, I didn't
they
mind
got
it.
engraved on the spot. And I'm just like, oh boy, what happens if something happens? Like
Yeah.
balls out, the engraver's just sitting there like frantically trying to do it. Crazy, but yeah, well, I guess technically they keep their medals. Yeah, it's just that he's relegated to the end
Yeah,
of the.
because he still won that sprint race.
So
You know,
he's
like
gone down.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
gone
but
down to the
like
bottom.
he loses pole position for the main race. So
Okay, I get you. So
Max has now got
as
that.
as the results actually go, the order was still the order, and so he still
Yeah,
won the
because
quote
you
unquote
don't
qualifying
win
race.
pole
Mm,
position. It's just pole position is awarded to the winner of that race. It's just
okay.
right, but he won the race, so therefore Valtteri wins pole position. But okay, so now he's in pole, but now he's got an engine penalty, so he goes back of the grid. So now second place
Yeah,
is now pole. So Max gets automatically pushed into pole position, you know.
gotcha.
So yeah, like
Yeah, P to B.
that's just a term for the number one on the grid,
Yeah,
effectively.
gotcha. Danny
Yeah,
Rick Shuey. Who knows? It might
yeah.
happen.
That's what I'm hoping. Eh?
Be pretty
Been a
good.
long time coming. He had one
Just
last
hoping.
year with Renault. He did get a podium last year with Renault. That was a
Yeah.
long time coming. Took him a long time, but yeah, see what happens. Lando's fast as you know. He's driving so well, so anything could happen. He could easily burn past both Daniel and Max, you know, and if he gets a good launch or something, you know. Same
Yeah.
with Lewis. Lewis had a shocking start last night, but like if he gets a good launch again, he's starting from fourth place there. Like he could easily get up right in Max's rear end, you know.
Yeah, right.
So
It
like
starts at
anything could,
11, yeah, I think.
yeah, it starts at 11. But like if I had to back anyone for the win, like I mean, you can't really not go past Verstappen, like to put money. I probably wouldn't put money on anyone else, you know. But like, I'd love to see like Ricardo win, obviously. But like, that's probably going to be difficult over a race distance because he's not quite as fast as a Mercs. So I think eventually Hamilton will probably get past both Norris and Ricardo. So
Yeah, the Mercedes and the Red Bulls are definitely faster than the McLarens, aren't they? So it's like it becomes this little
yeah,
strategic game that if Verstappen and Hamilton both fuck up, then great.
well that's
McLarens will
it.
be
So
feeling good.
if
But if they don't,
Verstappen, if
yeah,
he buggers up at the start and lets one of the McLarens past, like, and then he finds himself in trouble. You know, quite often they might bang cars and starts losing little bits of aero off the wing or off the side of the car, and that all affects performance. And now all of a sudden that car isn't quite as good as it was previously, and they
Yeah.
can't just repair that shit on the fly. That's like they can change the wing, but then that costs you like 15 seconds in the pits or whatever.
Yeah,
So
gotcha.
yeah. So like for Max, he's also got to try and keep it real clean. So like he might find Ricardo's really giving him a run for his money in the turn one, and he's like, well, fuck this, I'm just going to pull out of this fight. Daniel can just pass me, and I'll just get him later. I'm not going to go wheel to wheel with him right now because I've got a championship on the line. So there's so many different dynamics, and then you got Norris going, oh man, I just want to get past Ricardo. Like I'm the young gun, and he is. He's fast and that. So like he could easily do something. Yeah, you got Ferrari there at home. This is their home Grand Prix. Like
Right.
they
Of
haven't
course.
looked much chop at all this weekend, so it's quite surprising to see him so high. To be honest, both their drivers actually done quite well. I thought to get so high. Leclerc was having
Mm.
a lot of car problems,
Okay.
so he did well to get there. Yeah. But it's funny how you get like Bottas the week that he goes to Alpha.
Yeah.
Bang! He wins that sprint. He's the fastest in quali, and then wins that sprint race. And then
Yeah.
like
As he's out the door.
George Russell didn't even bloody make it in the Q2 or whatever it was. Like he only got into Q3 or whatever, like in the qualifying. So it's just funny how Formula One can work like that, like. Yeah.
So with Monza itself, and not being an F1 guy, I'm an aspiring fan. Like I'm trying to learn more and more about it. But I've run around on that video game. I've run around that track a few times because I like doing that.
Fast
So
track,
that then, yeah. So I like doing that so that I then see or get some insights into the actual race itself. So, it's obviously it's like a minute. I think the lap record's like a minute 21. So it's a short
something like
it's
that,
a short lap. I tried to beat that today and got like a minute 35. I'm way off. I'm not up to the challenge yet. But yeah, I think the lap record is a minute 21. So
sounds about
it's
right.
a quick course. So there's a few areas where there's chicanes and all that, but there's a lot of open straights. I imagine, and again, hopefully I'm not speaking out of school here, but I imagine there's got to be at least 2 or 3 or 4 like DRS zones for people to be encouraged to
I
overtake.
think there's 2.
Would that be fair?
I think there's 2
Okay.
DRS zones, yeah. So they all dial the downforce down as well. Like they're not running much downforce. Like when you look at their rear wings compared to previous rounds, they're real like skinny. So like they got a higher top speed. So but what happens is then the cars are less stable in the corners. So they can't actually run as fast through the corners like naturally. So like you find the drivers like get a lot more, and you see it in the sprint race. There's a lot more oversteer and that happening. A lot more guys getting sideways and that sort of thing.
Well, you can't really go fast through these. Well, some of these corners anyway. They're like really tight chicanes and tight.
Yeah.
Like they've got to get their speed right down to go through these corners anyway.
Yeah.
So
Like
maybe that's the strategy.
is irrelevant in those real slow corners. It doesn't mean anything. It's basically those higher speed turns. Like that last turn where you're coming around the final bend there, and like they're just flat out. And that they don't.
Yeah, they can just hammer it around there. Exactly. Yeah. So once
like turns
you
like
head
that,
straight down,
means a lot.
you head down that final straight, and there's just like this massive long straight out the back, and then that last big sweeping right, they'll be absolutely caning it down there, and then they've either got to into the pits or just boom straight down. So that whole
you'll see heaps of people just go straight ahead through the.
Yeah. Right.
Like, have you seen that little chicane thing that's set up where cars have got to go like left, right, right, and then back onto the track sort of thing?
Yeah.
So it slows them right down so they can't gain position. But you see cars just drive straight ahead, straight through it, and just styrofoam go fucking everywhere. Shit like that.
I think I've seen that before. Yeah, styrofoam goes flying. Yeah. I'm just trying to think who it was in the I'm trying to think who it was in the qualifying. Maybe it was Perez. Maybe I think it was Perez actually passed someone on the chicane, and then he had to give the spot back to Stroll. I think that's who it was. And so he had to give that back, and then he just came back and took it off him again anyway.
That's normally how it is.
Yeah,
like if you pass somebody when you're off the track, Yeah, you just got to hang that back straight away, pretty much. If you
Mm.
don't, you would then cop a penalty.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they were on the
Some
radio too.
drivers, they just keep going because they're like, well, I'm that fast. What are they going to give me? A 5 second penalty? I'll get
If I can
5
get
seconds
5 seconds in
clear
front,
of
who
this
cares?
dude. Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like video
But you
game
got to be careful.
mentality
You're
to
running
me.
a risk though, because if you're a bad boy and you've done it a few times, they'll call you in for like a stop go penalty or something.
Right.
Where it really costs you.
I find this interesting that Andy B's saying, like, he's just saying he thinks he heard that 17 of the fastest 18
It's probably
Grand Prix
right.
have been at
Yeah.
Monza. Yeah, they must just smash their way through there. But yeah, it
It's
should
such
be
a high
good. I mean,
speed race.
obviously, all us Aussies will be hoping that Ricardo does well. Hopefully, no one. I mean, that first corner is absolute bedlam. Like getting through that, it's almost
He
like a
just needs
little
to get through
double
there. Like,
hairpin chicane type thing. So, yeah, just watching them all take off through there just for the qualifying race, that sprint
so
race.
did you see what Lando did to Lewis last night? Where he went
It was
round
like
the
a little,
outside there.
yeah, yeah,
Sorry, up the inside there, and
yeah.
like Lewis was trying to push him right off. Like I'm scared that that's what's going to happen to Ricardo again.
Mm.
Like from that starting that side of the grid.
Because he's on the right, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you go too far right, you get a penalty. Like you can't go too far. Like if you're back, like maybe like third or fourth or fifth row, you can't just hammer down the inside because there's like a pit exit lane there as well.
yeah.
So if you go
Yeah,
too
that's
far
right.
wide trying to overtake, again, I say
You
this
can
because I did it on
go
the video game and got
like you go
chastised
on the
for it.
grass and that too. You end up hitting the
Yeah,
grass, and
yeah,
there's a wall not far either. But
yeah. It's,
yeah, it's very dicey, because
he's
that's
gonna
where
have to. Yeah.
that's where you get
Sorry, go.
most of your gains at the start.
Mm.
So everyone's just trying their hardest.
I imagine if you're Danny Ricciardo, you're going to have to be like trying to floor it off the line and hope that Max shits the bed on the start. And if you happen to get your nose in front, then great. But there's going to come a point
Him and
in that
Max have got
first
a lot of
straight where
respect.
he's going to have to back off though, isn't he? Because he's going to run out of track before Max does. Really,
I think what's going to happen is they're going to end up basically blocking the road, and he'll let Max. He won't push Max too hard in the turn, right?
Mm.
Like, and they'll both be going in it. And so Max in the first turn, Daniel will be like on the inside, right? But then because it's like a little chicane type turn, like then Max is in the inside on the next turn, so he'll have the better run exiting. And I think Daniel will just tuck in right behind him in that spot there.
Yeah, okay.
Hopefully,
Gotcha.
anyway. Yeah, but yeah, in an ideal world, anyway. We'll see.
It feels inevitable that
yeah, it
someone's
does,
going to
doesn't it?
clip
Oh no,
someone
I've got
because
that same feeling.
it's just
Yeah,
too tight. Like I'm trying to
yeah.
see if
So much on the line for these guys too, because I don't know how. I think there might be 6 or 7 rounds left. Like that's starting to come down the wire now. Like if Max or Lewis have a DNF, like that could be
yeah,
curtains
it'll
then
make a
for
big
the
difference.
championship. So like they need to really be on it here. Like Lewis is really in recovery mode here. Like we might see Lewis Hamilton a la 2008, 2009 Lewis Hamilton, like, freak of a driver. I hope so anyway, because he's quite entertaining when he's like that and not baby Karen, throwing the bloody out of the throwing the bloody bottle out of the pram. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But he's
how he
not cracking
carries
it.
on the radio, crying. Yeah, but yeah, we'll wait and see. I think at 11 o'clock it starts, so coverage is probably started already, 9:30 or something. I think it starts. They carry
Right.
on for
Okay.
a while, walking pit
Yeah.
lane and that. But you can always,
Yeah.
if you're putting a bet on, it's sometimes interesting because you can always see if you're putting a first retirement bet on, look for the cars blowing any smoke and something. Sometimes
I
yeah,
tried to do that
sometimes
time with who I can never remember who it was. I don't know if it was Sainz or Perez. I think it might have been Sainz. And I was sitting there watching, and we were all
he,
talking about like
he
who's going
didn't
to be first
start though,
out.
did he?
No, he didn't start. And so all of a
Yeah,
sudden,
that was a
you hear the
problem.
radio
Yeah,
come across, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm cooked, I'm stuffed," or something like that. And I'm like, "Bing, bing, bing!" Like just threw like
yeah,
$50 on it, going, "Yeah, I'm going to clean up here." And then they're like, "Well, he didn't start the race, so
yeah. That sucked.
have a lousy day, Hendo." Basically,
Yeah, he's got to
not one.
actually. Yeah, they got to actually start. Like, but once they start, if they form up, if they form up at the grid and like say he cooks his engine as the lights are going, that still counts. That's happened to me. I've seen
Right.
that. But
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, like as soon as he starts a race, it's on. Goes around for the warm up lap. It's on.
Yeah. Okay. So as long as they do
Mm,
that, and then
mm,
hopefully cook themselves, that's what we want to see, so
that's
to
it.
speak. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Um.
Yeah, well, F1 cards have been gutty crazy, mate. George Russell's been through the roof.
Well, yeah, because he's gone from. Well, I wouldn't say zero to hero. It's not exactly that. He's been a bit of a phenom for a while, yeah. But
People know him, but I think like just especially card people, people that aren't really in F1 and just looking for like the next big thing, they've sort of jumped on that. But look, in my opinion, they're probably a bit late. Like they should have been on a while ago. But um, yeah, I mean that's not to say I don't think he's going to lose value, but I'd imagine the whole F1 market would start dipping a little once the season's over and that. Wait and see what
well, it's
happens.
like
Like
it's a bit sort of full circle because we're talking about it at the start with um with the NFL.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
if you've got cards, that you're hanging on to, not in my case, unfortunately, but if you've got cards you're hanging on to from the last run of cherry pies where you're like, yeah, I like this guy, he's pretty valuable, but I might move him to get something else. Now's the time to do it because they have 1 or 2 really good weeks to start the season and their prices go up like quite considerably. I've unfortunately
yeah.
got J.K. Dobbins, so he's actually done for the year. So like I was saying earlier, I'm just gonna have to hang on to that one. But yeah, I don't know. There's not too many
I think
like
if you got
Ravens
any
fans.
Formula One cards from this year, just hang on to them because they're like, and you're keen on them because they're such a short print run. Like the more I look at it, the more I think, fuck, I'm an idiot for selling and opening those boxes and like the case that I bought. Like it's
Yeah,
just like it's so limited, man. Like compared to other sets, even the parallels, there's only like 6 or 7 different sorts of parallels. Like that's
yeah,
nothing in today's world. You look at most sets,
yeah.
you've got like 20, 30 different parallels. And like even yeah, just everything's just real short because it's like tops were dipping their toe in the water. Oh, what's this F1 market like? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, let's create this many, and see how it goes. But when you look at the cards coming out for 2021, man, it looks like they're just going to overprint to the max. Like I don't have the same buzz or excitement about the cards
Right.
anywhere near like what I did last year, because I'm just thinking, man, tops are just going to go out, especially with this whole fanatics thing, and like, what are they just
Mm.
going to print everything to the moon, like. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'll probably just buy a box for a bit of fun, try and get some Danny Rick McLaren cards or something. But like,
Yeah.
apart from that, I wouldn't be looking too much for investing. But for 2020
Depends what they're
F1,
going to do, though. Yeah.
I think long term, I think it's probably not a bad play. If there's someone you like, especially some of these younger guys, someone you like, just
Yeah.
get 1 or 2 of his cards, get them graded, and hang on to them because I think in
Stash.
the years to come, they're gonna look back at these cards and be like, they're quite short print.
Yeah.
There's really not that many around.
So there's a little
You know?
pocket there. Whereas,
Yeah,
like, because I mean, a lot of the older guys will always say, "Oh, like obviously junk wax and everything in the '90s," but then there's these certain areas of like the early '80s where you're just like, "Oh, wish I'd hung on to that," or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
This might be a
Yeah,
similar sort of thing, even though
and
the
it was
cards have
all
boomed.
junk wax, like back then. But like, if you look at any grading reports on that, like, they're so much higher now. So,
Yeah.
oh, okay, it was junk wax then. Well, why are all the pop reports so low? Like,
Mm.
and well, it was because they were all junk and everybody treated the cars like junk. You know what I mean? So none of
Yeah.
them are worth grading anymore or whatever. But like, it's so now all of a sudden they're not junk. So there actually isn't that many available anymore. So like, it's all
Weird
relative
how it
to
switches
to the,
around. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, in saying that, there's still a lot of junk out there from the '90s. Like you can still buy boxes dirt cheap, Skybox and things like that.
Yeah. All those
1990.
ones.
Yeah, the
Yep.
early '90s ones. Yeah.
I remember buying a couple of boxes of the NBA hoops, like just they're the stereotypical, the silver border with the arc on the top, 1990, 91, somewhere in that sort of range. And yeah, it's just like, because they took me back to being a kid again and all that sort of thing. But you get about 3 sets out of a couple of boxes of those, or
exactly
4 sets
right,
or something. You get heaps. Most of them are
The
all off
set's like
center.
300 cards.
Yeah, but you're like I was sitting there like filling out a spreadsheet trying to figure out which ones I was missing and all this. It was fun, but it's like once I'd completed the task, I was like, there is so many fucking cards here. It's like they're just everywhere. So they all just ended up just going in a shoebox. So I mean, they just
Hang
got
on
the
to
same
that
treatment they would
F2
have
stuff, Cody.
in the
Just hang on to
90s.
it, mate. You never know. Any of these young drivers, they might get it. Even if they get a gig, like this Lacey that Hendo's collecting, if he never sees Formula One, like he might get a gig in IndyCar or something, mate. Americans love IndyCar. It's got quite a big following over there.
Mm.
Like, yeah, like if you look
Lacey
at
IndyCar
Romain
when?
Grosjean, his cards actually sell now because he's in IndyCar. Whereas,
There
like,
you go.
6 months ago, like, well, maybe not. I don't even know if the car. Maybe say 4 months ago, like nobody really cared about him. As far as his cards go. So, like, yeah. Whereas I've noticed because I've only noticed because I've got some on ComC, and I noticed
Okay.
they all sold out now. So
Yeah, well, I remember you saying that to me about the Lacey ones too. It's like there's a lot of different angles that this
Formula
kid
One's
can
not
go.
the only option. There's a lot of options for these guys, but it's obviously like that's a big money maker. That's where you want them to end up. So yeah.
Classic. Right here, Maggie.
Where is the canvas? Oh,
No.
you better get it up near the screen here. Like Dominic Toretto.
G'day, Adam. Sorry, mate. I just saw the message there. Adam Smith in the chat. G'day, g'day.
G'day, Adam.
Actually, that's a good prompt. I'm going to bring something up that I saw. Memento.
Sonoda to shit the bed and Ricardo. What the Magda? Did you just say Ricardo to shit the bed, or you like Ricardo to win?
Yeah, I reckon.
This could be the first time out in baseline history right now.
if you're gonna shit on bloody,
get it? Nah, he wants to shoot. Get it? Nah, he's backing Ricardo.
All right, that's all right then. Now
Right,
I need to find.
You're lucky, Magda. That was almost going to be the first time out.
Adam, if you're still in the chat there, mate, just post the handle of the Insta account where your custom art card was, because that looks sick and I would like to share it. But I've got to find where it was.
Oh, it's like 4 or 5 days ago in the Discord or something, wasn't it?
There's a project.
I remember seeing that. I think.
Oh, it might be this. It's in my search. There, now I've got it. Sweet. Project 86 art. And so Adam, who's in the chat, put this card together, and it looks sick. So this guy. So from what I can gather, this Project 86 is like a card artist, as it says, card artist platform where people submit these different card designs. And so
you can make your own like custom cards.
Yeah. And so Adam's done quite a few. I'll show you his stuff in a minute. But yeah, so he made this one, Kirby Puckett card, which looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
I like the idea behind it. Oh, I say I like it. It actually says that I like it. But there's a whole heap of different ones here. Impromptu feature collector here. Why not? But if you don't already,
hey, scroll down there for a second.
Go and follow the old beats and breaks.
There. Yeah. Man, I like his style. He's got some of these. Look at that. Skybox Jordan.
Yeah.
Love it. Fleer
cool
award
stuff.
winners. Love it, mate.
Random mosaic. I like that when I saw it. That was cool. Just pieces of the different cards, all just put together. Custom Jordan.
Sick.
I'm waiting on Australia Post to get me my Paddy bronze card. I'm still waiting. Still waiting, but it's coming. Hopefully I'll be able to show it off on the next show. But yeah, there's some cool stuff here. KDs, Jordans. Just fun stuff.
What's Cody? Glad you explained that to Punter. He wouldn't know. What's he giving me shit over?
Which bit did I explain to Punter?
Think which bit was that?
Oh, and Rob's put the store stuff up already, mate. People are on it tonight. Bloody fired up. This is great. I'll show it in a second, but yeah, have a look at some of this stuff. So fun and cool photos too. Adam, I'm jealous of the photos.
Can you just scroll up just for a sec there?
Yep, certainly. How far do you want me to go?
A little bit more. A little bit more. One more.
One more.
Oh, one more. One more. Sorry.
AI.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking at?
No, I was just looking at. Yeah, right. Yeah. I know that one. Just wondering what that card was. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Sick.
Good
Got
stuff,
some nice cards.
So yeah, go and flash the screen a bit. Why not? But yeah, go and check out Beats and Breaks. Adam's in the chat right now. He's always up and about. So yeah,
nice collection.
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it?
Love it.
Good shit. Now I need to bring up the store because it looks like Rob's done some updates. What a guy! What a guy!
We've got some updates.
Just got store updates already. Holy moly, it's all happening here. Look at this guy. Baseline black shirt. Get hectic. How quick is that?
Is that on the correct side?
This one is, yeah. This one will go as well, the T-shirt. But yeah, now
Lee,
it's on the
no
left.
excuse.
Yeah. Peter Lee, if you're out there.
No excuse now. I want to see that shirt. I want to see that hoodie on you.
That's a ripper. Thanks, Rob.
Punt on this, max to win. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, that looks mad. That black one. That black one looks really good. I dig it.
Yeah, I like that. That looks good.
Love your work, Rob. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Champion. So yeah,
I'll have to do another order. Get the hat.
We'll just keep smashing them out.
Yeah, my whole wardrobe is based on
Rob.
shit.
Thanks, mate.
To get some undies going. Get in contact with tradies or something, Bonds or whoever.
Well, it's funny you say that because back in the day we had an old basketball team and we used to do this stuff all the time at a little website, and we had our basketball team's called Smack Dizzy, and so we had like a forum. Remember when forums were all the rage?
Oh,
we had like chat boards and forums and stuff, and somehow we got in the. We're always talking about SmackDown, which to us was just going out for beers. So we called it SmackDown. We'd go out and have beers, and our team was called Smack Dizzy. It was just talking shit, really. But somehow the Google algorithm, I think, just got us on the search of a lot of wrestling fans. And we just had so many wrestling fans just getting in and talking to us about random shit. They had no idea what we were talking about. And we had no idea what they were talking about with wrestling. But they'd find out that we weren't a wrestling forum. And then a lot of them would just stick around anyway. We ended up just talking shit over the couple of years with some of these people.
Yeah,
it was so funny. But yeah, all good fun. But we used to make all sorts of shit. We used to use Cafe Press way back in the day, and it was hilarious. You have like a yard sign, a lanyard, a mug, and one of them was like a bloody G-string with the team logo on the front. It was so fucked, but it was funny. So anything's possible.
Oh, we might have to get them going, get the G-bangers going.
G-banger, baseline G-banger. I don't know. The movement suggests not to wear any pants, so I don't know. Maybe we should be responsible and do that. I don't know. Anyway, either. But yeah. So no, that's really good. So that's all updated as well. Yes, Mayo, correct. Rare hoodies. Yep. You got to trick Peter Lee and stand in the mirror. take a photo. T-shirt's fixed now as well. So he's bloody quick. Rob doesn't muck around. Gets it sorted. So, yeah, thank you, mate. Appreciate that.
Oh, I like this. Weaver's in the Discord here, and he's seen that bet posting, and he's like, "Oh, nice, we have a nudge. Don't see how this loses." Correct.
Well, if you get the
That's
sign of
correct.
approval, do you want me to show it, Adam, or do you? Because I can do it. You let me know. Figure out how to do it without.
Waiting on a patch.
Yeah. So show it. Yeah, cool. I'll do it. It looks pretty good. Old mate Deegan.
Wow.
What sort of patch are you waiting on? I'm interested to know. Like, is it like part of the monster uniform or like a hat logo or something? That'd be interesting. So much screen sharing. I know, Cody. I know. I've come
He's
a long
getting
way,
good,
mate.
isn't he?
I've come a long way. Shout out to bloody StreamYard. They make it so much easier than when Blake's got me under pressure on Discord trying to open up a Top Shot pack.
Oh, there we go.
Uniform patch.
Blake Wilson's put his order in.
Claim Deegan. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
need to get her in F1 now, mate. Is she good enough? It's a problem.
I have no idea. I always
look, mate. That's a look. To be totally honest, I would love to see a female in F1, because it'd be good for the sport, it'd be good for everything. Like, but there's no reason why they couldn't. Like, honestly,
Yeah,
an
exactly
F1
right.
team would put a dog in that seat if it was fast. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, like sexes and that just doesn't even come into it. You know what I mean? But the actual path to try and get in there can be quite sexist. You know what I mean? Like, it's quite a male-dominated industry, the whole motorsport thing. So, like,
Yes.
but the actual sport of Formula One, they're not sexist. Like, they've had female test drivers and that, but in all honesty, they just haven't been fast enough. They're not quite up to speed. But I'm hoping one day a female does come along and is, and
Yeah,
that's
that's
why
cool.
they've opened up a whole series for women,
Yeah, well, I saw that because there was a big crash. I think either one or two races ago, and
Yeah.
I was like, but that actually opened up the conversation in our house because it was just like, why is there like it's a sport where you're like, well, it doesn't need to have male and female technically because, but it's
Yeah.
like you say, like someone just needs to go fast, like bloody Ricky Bobby. And
Yeah,
if they
that's
can
the
go
thing, man.
fast, they're
It
in.
needs,
But it's having the opportunity to go fast. That's the whole problem. Women probably
but
haven't been given the
they will.
opportunity to
Like,
get behind the wheel.
if there's a female, for instance, that would get into, Formula 2 or even Formula 3 and was like whipping the blokes, mate,
Yeah.
there's no way that she's going to be sitting around there in no time, because not only are the teams going to want her for a talent, they're going to, can you imagine the PR, the marketing possibilities?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like imagine how many new fans would come on board and that sort of thing. Like say all of a sudden, like McLaren go, oh, we're gonna have this as she's our driver next year.
Yeah.
Like, mate, that would be like massive news. First
Be
full
huge.
time female driver in Formula One. Imagine the legions of fans that would all of a sudden now be McLaren fans and whatever. So I think just for the sport overall would be massive, but it's got to be there on merit. They need to be fast enough, not just there just because they're female. Needs
Yeah.
to be there because
Of
they're
course.
fast.
Yeah. And
And
that's
God, I'd love to see it, man. I'd love to see it in my lifetime, eh? I'd love to see a chick up there just kicking ass. It'd be
yeah,
awesome to
it'd be
see.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
for sure.
Well, that card looks sick. I'm looking forward to the update too, Adam. So yeah, be sure to let me know. I'll see it anyway, I'm sure, when you post it. But yeah, I'll definitely share that again once it's finished. But that's fun though. Honestly,
That's awesome, that card though. Yeah, that is sick.
the different things that people do in the hobby always keeps me interested. It
Has
doesn't
she
matter
got
what it is.
has she actually raced in, I don't know what they call it because I don't really follow NASCAR, but like some of you guys in the chat may know, like, because they used to have it was called like the Nationwide Series, and Sprint Cup or something was the top tier. Has she
Okay.
actually racing in the top tier, or is she in like level below. Because last I saw, she was racing trucks or something. So
Oh,
she still had
really?
a she still had a few steps to go before she actually was
Yeah, I'm
racing
going to
in
try
NASCAR.
try
But
and look it up because I actually don't even know like that.
yeah, they do. They normally do heaps of stuff. Like they're racing, but they also do sprint cars as well. Like a lot of these NASCAR drivers race sprint cars as well. They actually come from dirt tracks. A lot of them.
Yeah, right. Okay, so it says
So
here they got NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR
she's still in
Xfinity
NASCAR
Series,
trucks. Yeah. Oh,
and then
okay. Yeah, yeah,
NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. So I'm just trying to find.
yeah. She's only 20, but yeah. So she's still very young. Got heaps of time. Yeah.
So still trucks. Okay.
But it's funny that they like in cards and that's such a big deal because like there's a bunch of females, isn't there? I think.
Yeah.
I'm not. Last time I looked, there was a whole like the only one that comes to mind that ever made it all the way was Danica Patrick. But
Danica Patrick. Yeah, I remember that.
you remember her? But like,
Yeah.
I think they've always had a bunch of fringe like racing around in the truck series and that. A lot of females and that. And it's the same sort of deal. It's never quite found the right one that's fast enough yet. But hopefully this one, you know,
Yeah,
uh,
I'm just trying to like it
hopefully,
doesn't actually give me a whole lot of info. It's not easy to look up. So I'll maybe we'll look into it
yeah, yeah.
down the track. But
Yeah, because like Cody said, they race in heaps of different stuff. So like, if you Google a name, you probably a heap of different series and different. Whereas like you Google Lewis Hamilton, only Formula One comes up, like because that's all he's racing in. But
yeah,
over there,
yeah,
they like race like some of those NASCAR guys. They'll Jimmy Johnson, for instance, like guys like that, they'll be racing in all three of those series that you just spoke. Right, they've got to race in every one of those series, and then during the week they'll go and jump in a sprint car or something. Go and race
yeah,
some
right.
super sport thing, man. They're just freaks. Some of them, yeah. Just
Well, I only
race,
really
race,
saw that
race.
when I was keeping an eye on what Alesi was doing when he got out of F2 and then he's over in Japan and then yeah, it's just one thing after the other, doing something different all the time. Now
Yeah,
he went to Super Formula and then he flipped now he's watching racing some other shit. I don't know. I
she's
don't know.
massive on YouTube too. She'll
I
be
can
right.
only
Yeah, righto.
petition. I can only petition so
Oh,
hard on
okay.
Instagram.
So this Hallie, she's got a fairly big social following by the sounds of it. Then.
Okay. That'll be the way though these days. Even Alesi's got a shit ton of followers and he's always posting stuff because I suppose you want to stay in people's minds all the time. So
Mm.
he might have already gone already, but see a Blake, the man, the myth, the legend, the creator of the canvas.
Good man.
What a guy! What a legend. Um, her old man is
Yeah,
Brian
well,
Deegan. Oh, okay.
yeah, old school racer. I think that
Hmm.
family isn't it? I think Cody's mentioned that before there, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's cool. All right, let's have a look and see. I'm not sure if I really have much else to go through, really. The old Insta, we said we'd do
Well, no
a.
questions, was there? So
There's
we
never any
didn't
questions
ask.
on Insta. Didn't ask.
So,
You don't ask. You don't get.
don't get.
That's the theory behind that one. Where are we here? Let's have a look. So yeah, so we're going to run a little giveaway at 350, and we're currently on 304 for the old baseline. So yeah, so if you know anyone who just wants to, you know, look at mildly interesting shit on Insta, get them to follow us. I mean, you don't come here for the best shit online, but you certainly don't come here for the
So what are you going to
worst.
give
So,
away?
well, I'm having to think because 350 is not exactly world conquering, but at the same time, I think it's a little pretty good little milestone. So I just finalized CDC's little gift pack for his
Hang
clairvoyant
on, I'm just reading the
fucking
comments here. Sorry,
NBA
I
roulette.
just noticed what Cody wrote here. So what Brian Deegan owned Metal Militia. Oh well, that's why I know that name then.
Right.
Okay, oh, that makes sense now. Then actually,
Look at it.
some
Rob's
of my
talking
mates
about.
were like motocross dudes and that back in the day, and like, yeah, okay,
Okay.
right.
Yeah. So
Um,
we'll have a little Rob suggested he can make a shirt that says, "I was the 350th follower, and all I got was this crappy shirt." Well, you never know.
That's
We might
fucking brilliant.
we might workshop that.
Please do that. Yes, please. That is a bloody brilliant idea.
We might workshop that one. I reckon could be a go. We might need to we'll come up with something for that. I reckon. But yeah, we'll do it. It's just basically every. I mean, I'll have to go through and make sure there's no spam accounts and shit. Like, we don't want to do a draw and then a spam account gets the biscuits. I'm not sending a spam account.
Huge ass 69.
But, yeah, I know. Amanda Love and Kiss or whatever it was. So anyway, that's all right. But yeah, we'll do something for sure. The YouTube one is, I think our little goal was to get to 100. I think so. You can actually.
Rob Greig, I'm unfollowing and waiting just to get this tea.
Yeah, that's a gold idea.
I like that.
Yeah, we'll come up with something. That'll be cool.
It just hovers at 348 for ages.
Well, I remember having that.
Nobody
when
I
got to 300, it was sitting on 299, and I thought to myself, I might just do like a little post on the account and just go, thanks for 300 followers. But evidently, it always fucking happens. The next time you look at it, it's on like 296. You're like, oh, what did I say? What did I say? But yeah, anyway, whatever. It's all good. It's all for a bit of fun. But yeah, we'll figure out something to do on that front. That'll be a bit of fun. And the YouTube one as well. I think we're on about 50 subscribers. So aiming for 100 so we can get like a URL that doesn't look like alphabet soup. It's just a small milestone, makes it look a bit cleaner. Doesn't really matter. It might be cool if we get there.
So good.
But yeah, fortnight ago's episode was our most watched one. So I'd like to think that we're getting a little bit better at sort of entertaining people on a Sunday night. So it goes.
Mate, it's that George Russell thumbnail.
It goes. It says a lot about yourself too, Punter, because you've been on over half the episodes, mate. So thank you. We're obviously, we're obviously doing an all right job.
You're the
entertaining people.
You're the shining light here, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm only shining my light when I put the bright screen on it. You should see all the lights in here. I'm going to send a photo one day of like the behind the scenes photo of just the absolute shit show that goes on in this back room. I try to make it look all right here. Like it all kind of looks in frame. It all looks all right. But yeah, you look left and you're right. I got like a power drill. There's all sorts of stuff laying around, mate. Yeah, but it's all
Punter
fun.
To IGN. Oh man, it sounds like a lot of work.
Oh no, it's easy. It's so easy. You already do the photos. You already do better photos than me. All you got to do is post them. Yeah, just frame it up. You just get to zoom, frame it up. Yeah, it looks good. Chuck a filter on it or don't. Put a catchy phrase on it or don't. You could just do it like just say Punter 01 and post it. And then Punter 02 and then post it. That'd be cool. People would give you shit for it. It'd be fun.
And just don't ever comment or anything.
Yeah. You can like stuff if you want to. All you got to do is just follow Baseline Drunks, win yourself a t-shirt.
That's it. Just don't follow anyone else.
And then get out of there. It's fine.
That's the go.
Nah, Cody, yours has been long time leader. Still a very comfortable second in terms of views. Cody, the original superstar of Baseline Drunks Live. But yeah, the last fortnight ago was one.
Youthfulness, mate. You can't compete.
Yeah,
mate. Us old blokes, you just can't compete, mate.
And how good was Cody's beard in his video? His beard was all like, we haven't had barbers here for ages. Look at me, like absolute mess. And Cody came onto the show, and his beard was in just an absolute, just cracking form.
Pristine.
Looked amazing. Absolutely pristine.
PSA 10.
PSA 10, good lighting.
Well centered.
Well centered. Corners a bit dodgy.
Nice edges.
Yeah, he's a good lad. He did well.
No,
I got your message. Got your message, Adam. So I will. I'll come back to you. But thank you. That's really good. And yeah, I think we'll work on that. So I'll come back to you. Thanks, Rob. He's got to go and sort out the kids. Thanks for tuning in, mate. And thanks for the t-shirt idea and updating the shop and all that stuff. Absolute legend, that bloke. So thank you very much. We might wrap it up pretty soon anyway, CP, because
we've got this Formula One coming up in an hour or so.
Formula One's coming up in an hour.
Oh, yeah, it's 10 o'clock. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. So the coverage is about to start. So, yeah, so look, I don't know. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for
Check
checking
out
out the show.
the bet slip on Baseline Discord if you haven't seen it and you want to get amongst it.
Get amongst that. Have a look.
Could be $1,462 off $1.
Never know your
Happy
luck.
days.
It's got to be in it to win it. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks again to Blake. I know he's already gone, but the canvas is absolutely magnificent.
That's sensational.
That
is sensational.
It's just a joy to behold. It brings a lot of joy to a lot of people. So shout out to Dale for giving the nod as well, by the way. So thank you, sir. Yeah, that's it. That's going to be it for the show. Thanks, CP. I'll be talking to you during the F1s for sure.
Or whatever. Yeah.
So
sure.
But yeah, apart from that, be good to each other and don't be assholes. Wise words. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll talk to you soon.
See you guys.